Hey guys, this time we will be doing another analysis on an elite athlete, Jakob Ingebrigtsen, as he ran the 5K during the World Championships in 2019. I thought this would be interesting to do since the last analysis I did on an elite runner was during another 5K at a slightly slower pace, so it would be nice to see if there are any significant differences. Anyway, to give some context, this takes place around the last quarter of the race. However, he is still looking strong at this time. Now, during this part of the clip, he is running at around 190 steps per minute. Similar to the last elite 5K runner, he's running at a slightly higher step rate than what we have typically seen for the 5K run. This higher step rate may be more due to starting to pick up the pace and preparing for the finish. This would make sense because you tend to see higher step rates at higher intensity paces. The next thing we will look at is the landing. Here he pretty much lands around the midfoot area. This kind of landing distributes forces a bit more evenly in the calf and knee compared to the forefoot or rear foot strike. However, as I always say, I'm usually more interested in not how the foot lands, but rather where it lands in relation to the body. I usually base this off of the shank angle during the foot landing. Based on this, the shank angle seems to be pretty much zero as the shin is perpendicular to the ground. This is something more commonly seen in elite distance runners compared to recreational runners. You actually don't typically see too much of a shank angle as this can lead to overstriding, which could impact your running efficiency. The next thing we will look at is the vertical bounce. Here, you do not see a lot of it. Again, this is another thing that seems to be more seen in elite runners. This may possibly speak to improved efficiency as more force may be directed forward rather than upward. Next, let's move on to the upper body. Here it seems like he's bending forward at the trunk, but actually, that's not the case. If you look closely, his trunk is actually upright and his whole body is leaning forward. What this may do is increase usage of the hips for propulsion. Now, is this strategy the most superior for running? It's really hard to say, as everyone, especially elite runners, have a variety of different ways to run. Now, let's move on to the arm swing. Taking a look at the shoulder movement, he seems to present with a little more of it compared to other distance runners. But again, this may be attributed to picking up the pace. Finally, let's look at the head, and here he presents with a relatively neutral head position which looks good. And that's it for the quick breakdown.